And we're live.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Frigiphobia, the Neon Goblin playthrough of the Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign from Wizards of the Coast. I am your Dungeon Master, Morgan Kramer, and I am joined by my fantastic players this evening. We've got James.
Ahoy, hoy.
Prescott.
Hello.
Kelvin.
That's me.
Kristen.
Howdy.
Alden.
Hello, everyone.
And Griffin.
Happy to be here.
And as always, this is a horror campaign. Please be aware of that. This particular session is going to have some intense scenes. So if for any reason you need to step away from the stream just to check in with yourself, we totally get it. We appreciate you being here. And without further ado, let's just dive right in. I'm really excited for this one. Who wants to do our recap of last session?
Got it.
Okay.
Everyone volunteer one.
I was like, I've done it every time. So I was like, I'm going to give them just a second, but I can do it. Okay. So we took the 4-hour journey to Targos after a very long argument of whether or not we were going to get a dog sled and whether or not Granny was going to be one of the dogs on the dog sled. And so I forgot about that too. Until I re-listened. And then we got to Targos, and there we went to visit one of the taverns in the town, and we talked to Owen Tarsnell, who was the bartender there. And he kind of gave us some information about Keegan, Garrett's husband, so that we could find out, where Garrett the Carrot is, if he's already left for his expedition. So as we were on our way there, we actually found a pup who took us straight to the door of Keegan's home. What happened after that?
We promised to find Garrett because Keegan told us that the expedition had been gone for an unusually long time, I believe.
For 2 days.
Oh, yes. And it's supposed to be a 2 to 17 day max trip, only if they're going back through Brand Chandler. And so now we met the Raven Queen. Did we actually meet her, or did we just hear about her?
No, hear about her. I had
Okay,
a vision from her and all of that voices.
Yeah, that's only known to Zadrin
Yeah.
now.
Okay, then I won't recap that in my person then. So from there we just started heading towards we're sort of like retracing the journey that Garrett is on, and at that point we there was a bunch of wolves that were creeping in from like the pack of wolves going through the snow, and we ended up kind of close to the town, right? By the end?
On our way.
You're
still on our way?
roughly about halfway to
Halfway. Okay.
Cairn, and you had also picked up a experienced scout to take you back at least to the base of the cairn.
Another experienced scout.
Yes. Is
Other
that
than the dog.
Joffrey?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
It was a stone dwarven woman
Yes.
who was very nearly felled in that encounter with the wolves.
Yep.
I
Unlike
have in
the
my
dog.
notes that she's grumpy.
Also a little grumpy.
I don't know. I feel like she's been very reasonable for what we've asked of her and caused her to experience.
Yeah, that's fair.
Living in Icewind Dale, I feel like entitles anyone to a certain degree of grump.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. That's the general sweeping arc of it. There was a little bit of insurgent behavior from Osborne wanting to interject his abilities into the slight dispute between Gran and one of the shopkeepers in Targos.
Yes.
But she kind of checked that a little bit.
Yeah.
Of course, should the opportunity present itself.
Yeah, we
You
just
never
have a
know.
separate mission at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Kevin, Kristen, y'all can both have a DM inspiration that expires at the end of the session for your assistance in the recap.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, let me just bring y'all to the overall map of Icewind Dale. So you are the majority of the way towards Cairn, which is this township here at the base of Kelvin's Cairn. You were told that this is likely where Garrett and his expedition made their final restocking visit before actually braving the mountain slope. But as you said, the fact that Boy, Garrett's best friend and lead sled dog, had returned with a broken sled harness was definitely worrying to Keegan, and he entreated that you follow up on the expedition's whereabouts as soon as possible. You have just braced yourselves against the cold, unforgiving tundra of Icewind Dale and survived a harrowing encounters with some winter wolves. And as you sort of patch your wounds and regather your belongings, what would you like to do?
Well, I guess we continue on our journey.
Okay.
Everyone ready? Packed up,
Yes.
all that?
I'm gonna take my shield out here just in case.
Okay. Who is leading the push to try and continue on the path in the unmarked snowy expanse towards your destination?
Ryston will, as is his what's the phrase? Pattern. There's a word I'm looking for. It doesn't matter. I'll be in front, as is my usual
Prerogative?
place at the party.
All right, Grayson and Zadrin.
Mhm.
All right, give me
Indeed.
your survival checks, or one of you can assist the other.
So if we're doing, I'm talking about like,
Defensively, you're leading.
yeah. I'm not
okay.
capable
Yeah.
of
Okay, that's what I
Pathfinder.
was wondering. I was like, I feel like it's usually
Yeah.
me and that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was gonna let you have it if you
She's a-
wanted it.
I was
But
No,
Yeah.
I'm
We've
I have a
scouting.
terrible
Yeah.
weakness.
Scouting versus marching order is very different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the arena
Got it.
of
Got it.
Alrighty. So, this does not bode well.
mine either.
Well,
Oh.
okay.
Oh.
I rolled a natural 1, so 5.
I got
Okay.
an 11.
It is my favorite terrain, but yeah, I'm just confused.
Okay,
Turned
so
around a
5
little.
and an 11. You feel like you have sort of regathered your bearings after this surprise encounter with these wolves. You've sort of taken your surroundings and take stock of the direction you came from, and yeah, definitely headed this direction. Let's just see. As you sort of shoulder your packs and clean your weapons of the wolf's blood, a couple of you shouldering some freshly skinned pelts.
Mhm. 3 of them.
Jothra just sort of huffs and puffs as she heaves herself back to her feet and watches you, Zadrin and Gran, head off in one direction, and she goes, "Where the fuck do you think you're going?"
Were we heading this direction earlier?
That's a very good question.
Or
What?
That
are we
way.
turning around? Okay.
Oh, are you sure?
I'm quite sure. I think that's my blood there on the rock, so that means that's the way we came from.
foolproof.
Yes, you're right. You're right. I apologize.
You are
Right.
familiar with this area. I've done this trip before.
Well, boy, is it that way?
The dog just kind of tilts its head and looks at you, Rayson, and then back at Gran and Zadrin and starts prancing off in the direction that the dwarf had pointed.
Fantastic.
Okay. So as you all continue pushing on, you had set off kind of late in the day, and you can see that the general ambient daylight is rapidly fading, that the whiteout cloud cover is rapidly approaching a sort of ominous gray above you. You don't know how much time you have left on your trek. So do you want to try and make camp here or push on and hope to reach civilization before nightfall?
Would I be able to tell how soon these clouds might break or a blizzard might be rolling in?
Give me a
Vers-
nature check.
Let's use a different dice. Okay, natural 20. So yeah. Nature 21.
Okay. You're not completely unfamiliar with unwelcoming terrain. And as you sort of measure the shift in color, the uptick in wind, you can tell that it's definitely going to be a freezing cold night, but it does not seem that there's anything immediately threatening as far as a storm on the horizon.
So yeah, so I'll let that known to the party that it's like there's nothing immediate, but it's gonna be a hell of a night. Definitely want to be probably somewhere warmer than a
Probably
tent.
play our song then.
Does everyone feel as if they have the strength to keep going?
Yes.
I just
Aye.
want to get out of this cold.
I will go along with what others wish.
All right.
Well, if we keep pressing on through the night, I think we should probably make it to the town in the wee hours. We'd lose a bit of rest, maybe a bit of ground, but we'd at least have a warm bed waiting for us. Or
Sounds
we
like
can camp
fun.
here and get an early start, whatever you want.
I would look based on the clouds and all. I would say a nice warm bed, not relying on body heat, would be preferable.
All right.
I don't have much of that, so.
Onward then, friends.
Okay.
Agreed.
So as you continue pressing on, is anyone trying to keep watch as you go, or are you dedicating all your attention to making a quick pace towards your destination?
Since we're in my
Essentially, what
favorite-
pace are we traveling? If you travel at average pace, it doesn't give you any sort of negative impact on your perceptive abilities. But if you do try and pick up the pace and move at a quicker rate, it makes you a little more oblivious to your surroundings.
Since we are in my favorite terrain, I can stay alert to dangers as I help with survival checks.
Okay, that is correct. So quick pace then.
Quick pace. Get
Okay.
us
All right,
out of here.
All right.
Yes.
Double march, ladies and gentlemen. Onward.
Someone should give the small one one of the pelts.
They have not been
Back.
tanned
Here
yet.
you go.
They're very
Yes,
bloody.
It might be a little wet,
It's okay.
Oh, that is so gross.
but it'll be a nice layer of fur.
I mean, you've already given me, something to keep me warm, so thank you, Granny, for that.
Okay, suit yourselves.
As you
And I wrap
continue-
one of the bloody pelts around my body.
It must be from her upbringing.
It's
Remember,
still a
raised
little
by
warm.
wolves.
There's a little bit of steam coming off the inside of it.
I mean, we'll see how cold it gets.
I don't even want to try to psychologically parse this.
Yeah. Very strange that she was raised by them, but she wears the pelt so freely.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not even thinking about it.
I think
We're
she's
just
probably a sociopath. I think that's what
eyes
that means, yeah.
forward.
All right. Yes,
One foot in front of the other.
onward. Yes.
Granny's
yes.
cold-hearted.
Let's not worry about the fact that we have a sociopath with us. Yes.
Not thinking about it.
She's the first to eat us all. I guarantee it.
At
Not
least it'd be a
devoting
natural
any
cause.
attention.
It's gonna
Unlike
pop
these
a flame in
supernatural
my
beings
hand.
around us.
So as you continue pushing on, you're noticing the ends of your capes that occasionally drag through the snow are starting to get heavy as that moisture just sinks in and refreezes and sinks and refreezes. You can notice your eyebrows and eyelashes are starting to gather accumulation of snow flurry that then becomes its own weight, and you're really fighting through the elements, but trying and succeeding for now to keep up this quick pace. Zadrin and Gran.
Mhm.
It's about an hour after nightfall. It's still, even with complete cloud cover, no stars or moonlight able to pierce through. What tiny bit of dim ambient light does make it through is just reflected off this endless sea of white ice and snow. So you're barely able to see. It's technically still darkness. It's not dim light, but it's not a complete unable to perceive anything void. But you hear, distant at first, but rapidly accelerating in your direction, a loud overhead.
I hold my hands, like whisper loudly enough for others to hear me. It's like, there's something coming, flying above. Is there any way I could get a silhouette of it looking up and all that?
Give me a perception check. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay.
Yes. Another natural 20. Woo.
Wow.
That will be a, let me just double check something. That will be a 24.
24. Okay. So as Zadrin holds up this hand and his head goes on a swivel.
Oh, wait, 26. Sorry. No, that's what I was checking.
Even better.
Yes.
You hone in on the source of this sound and turn in the direction, eyeing what you can of the low-hanging cloud cover. And you can see, when it's still easily a quarter of a mile away, that the clouds are being disturbed. And that there's almost like a wake from a ripple in the water that is slowly pushing in your direction on the bottom of the clouds as this gets louder and louder.
There's something big flying our way. It's about a quarter mile out. Do I want to run or hide?
There cover
I mean,
nearby?
Is there anywhere to hide? God, my eyes are perceiving me. Is that a small rock? Or just the darkness?
Give me a perception check, Gran. Do you have dark vision?
No.
At disadvantage, please.
Oh, I got 7.
It is endless undulating snowdrifts.
Okay.
And how far out are we from town still?
You're not sure.
You
based on what you were told as far as the travel time, at least another hour.
Hour travel. Okay.
And that's thanks to your rapid pace.
Okay.
Well, I can't see anything, so we better run.
We bury ourselves or something?
I was just thinking the same thing.
All right.
As you say
Sounds
that,
like an
Jathra
easier way to
immediately-
get killed.
She takes her battle
Flying
axe from her
thing.
belt and just uses it like a shovel and digs a quick divot in the snow and hunkers down and just brings it over herself.
All right, I'm doing what she's doing, and I start doing that.
Everyone give me
Preston
stealth
does
checks.
his best impression of a rock.
Okay, so I have
Is that
stealth at
doing the rock,
disadvantage.
Johnson?
Is that
Ditto.
Is it because of your armor?
yeah?
You know, normally the answer would still be yes, but since there's no light to reflect off your armor and you're not moving for the sound to be present, I'll just say make it a straight roll
Oh, yes.
for this particular instance.
So kind.
Let's go.
She's so kind.
Baby got a 10.
Okay.
I got a 13.
Okay.
That is a 16.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay. For a total of
21.
okay.
25.
Yeah.
Okay.
17 for Wilhelm.
All right. So let's see what Jathra got.
How'd you do?
That looked like a natural one to me, but I don't know.
No, this dwarf disappears from your sight entirely.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
As you all hunker down and try and obscure yourselves from the skyward view as best you can.
I changed my
This-
appearance to look exactly like her in an effort to absorb some of her stealthiness.
Fair enough. Jathra is suddenly invisible once again. You hear, now all of you, as it grows closer, this ominous, repetitive beating of massive wings overhead. And you hear as they go above and pass, they then turn and circle your location,
I
and you hear, ah! Oh, their blood will be beautiful on the snow, won't it, darling?
yeah, I'm
Before
drawing
the
her.
wings disappear into the night once more. Prescott, give me another perception check, would you?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That will be a 12. Yeah.
Okay. You just momentarily catch the silhouette of gargantuan webbed wings, a long serpentine tail, and a long, lithe, muscular neck leading to a head easily the width of 3 ale casks. But whatever it was, she definitely seemed to notice.
Oh yeah,
She
whatever
didn't
it
seem
was.
bothered with your presence.
Okay.
Do
Who
ignore
could
this
ever
yellow
guess?
snow near here. This is not. That wasn't me. It was not. That is not mine. I don't know where that came from.
I couldn't
At
really
the-
discern color. It was just like a silhouette of a dragon-like being.
In the pale blues and whites that are just the endless canvas of your
Yeah.
surroundings, it was hard to be sure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I am not scared. I am not scared. Blessed is the mind too small for doubt.
So as you dig yourselves back out of the snow, which has packed its way into the crevasses of your armor, under your overclothes, I need everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I didn't
Mhm.
bury myself. I curled up to
Oh,
pretend to
boy.
be a rock.
You know,
Do I
you did
still-
say that. That is true. You're fine. Vulcan, make yours at advantage because of your internal heat source. And I believe everyone has their cold weather clothes, yes?
Yes.
So actually, everyone makes the check at advantage.
Oh.
Whew, thank
A
God.
19.
21
Yeah.
for
That
Osborne.
was better, but only by 1. So 5.
Okay. Wilhelm
I also got a 19.
and Gran, what did you get?
18.
Okay. Everyone does pretty well, but Zadrin, whether it's from being shaken from the encounter or just the impacted snow that is sinking into your bones, the chill has rattled you a little bit and you take a point of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was the
Is
only one.
everyone all
actually
right? I'm fine. What about everyone else?
I'm a little cold, but let's a little shaken.
Yeah,
Let's get to this town. Let's get some
I'm a
rest.
little cold. We should probably, get moving.
Y'all just need to do a good 10 jumping jacks. You'll feel fine.
Thank you, Granny.
Jumping
That blood
jacks. All right.
moving.
I do 10
Mhm.
jumping jacks because.
Now
Yeah.
I'm no
Granny's
cold
wisdom.
weather expert, but wouldn't that lose us body heat?
Hey, are you mocking me, lad?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. I was trying to mimic some of your natural stealthiness. That was not no intention of insult was meant.
Oh,
She
that
pats
was
the
good.
snow out of her tightly braided beard and just sort of gives you a. All right then. It's been a while since the white worm was so brazen.
White worm.
Very
White
lucky.
worm.
The what exactly?
Yeah, the white dragon, right?
Aye.
That we heard about.
Oh,
would be
good.
there.
It was a dragon. That's my favorite of the possible
I
answers.
mean, why wouldn't it be
This is
brazen?
fine.
It's
The White Queen, yeah, of the skies.
what would
That's
keep
his
it from
reference
being
to-
brazen?
Well, she normally doesn't give enough of a shit to come this far south. She serves the Ice Maiden, don't you know?
Oh,
Rhyme.
Ice Maiden.
Aye, Ariel. The one that curses this land with this insufferable winter.
Yeah, I've heard
We've,
something like
yes, that's been explained
that.
to
Well,
us.
you see, a few days ago, a man wandered off into the. He took his clothes off and wandered off, and so it should all be taken care of. at
No,
this point.
they do that every month. That's a monthly thing, man. They
Mhm.
told us that too.
Oh,
Every
Yes.
month. Every month. Every town. And there's 10
New
towns.
moon, New moons, 10 towns.
Mhm.
It's not always
What,
people. Some of the towns aren't large enough to send their working hands out into the snow.
All
So
right.
they'll sacrifice food, resources, burn a pyre for warmth in Ariel's name, whatever they can spare.
Okay. That's good.
But the larger ones, they'll send people.
So maybe
Let's
like
get to town quickly
Six
before
people.
we lose
Yes,
anyone
let's,
else in the
yeah.
snow.
All right, let's go.
I concur.
She is ready to be out of the snow, so Jarthra is also going to make an attempt at survival on this. So
Mhm.
if anyone else wants to roll with advantage, she will assist you.
Alrighty.
Zadrin, yours would be a straight roll if you are
Okay,
making
'cause
it
I'm
because you
exhausted,
currently
yeah.
have the
Yeah, I notice how tired he is. I'm gonna take over that. Okay, 16.
Okay. Simple enough with Jatra helping you stay on track and navigating with what point of reference, who knows? Because at times there is virtually nothing breaking the endless white sea of undulating snow and ice dunes. But pushing on into the night at your hurried pace, you do make it to Cairn in the wee hours of the morning, the cold sunken into your bones, all of you feeling absolutely drained and fatigued. You especially, Zadrin, you're barely still on your feet when the dim flickering lights of the village come into sight. So I will show you what you see, sort of.
How are you doing, boy? Tired? Do you need brushes?
I'm okay, thanks though. How are you?
Not. It's.
Dog. No,
I
the
was
dog.
talking to the dog.
I mean, I could go for
Oh.
some brushies.
Name boy. Don't worry.
His
I'll
name
spell
is
for it.
Boy.
That was embarrassing. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
No
you-
worries.
Are
We are
you-
all pretty exhausted.
Are you doing all right, Vulcan? Would you like brushes? What is
it-
going on?
If you're
I'm
offering,
offering.
I'll take a brushie.
I'm offering for the dog. It's. I don't know about. I can't take responsibility for anyone else's.
After he gets
choices,
the
but-
brushies, can I get a brushie?
What is this at brushy?
Well, you see,
It just sounds nice, honestly. I need a little
Yeah.
pick me up.
dogs have a lovely
We'll
coat of
do it
fur,
inside.
and
a warm place.
the fur needs to be brushed regularly to keep it free of debris and matting. And so that's we've been in the snow. It's a worry for.
Oh, it's like when you're molting and someone peels your scales on the back for you.
Right, it's like an equivalent of that for us furry critters.
Ah, yes, of course.
I've learned a lot about everyone here, and this is wonderful. It is good to make friends.
How about
Okay.
drinkies? Is there a place to get
Yes, please. something
alcohol
hot.
around here somewhere?
I hear a lot of talking. I don't see a lot of brushing. Is my issue here.
We're going to get into the warm, and then we will brush.
Okay.
Okay.
I got
Sorry,
you. I'm in, I'm
are
in.
you talking about me and the dog, or are you asking for yourself again?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Rayston, it looks like you could use some food as well. I think you need more than just a drink.
I mean, I suppose I could always eat. There's no reason I wouldn't.
Oh, wait. Wait, Prescott, what is your character's name?
Zadrin.
Why do I have the wrong? Can you please change your display name in Roll20?
It is.
Because-
It is Zadrin on Roll20.
Oh, my notes are wrong. What do I can't do the recap
no.
anymore.
I don't know.
Oh,
You're doing
how-
pretty good at the recap with
You're
just the
doing
exception
great.
of Prescott.
How
So honestly, it's really
embarrassing.
just that he needs to be more interesting. That's what it sounds like to me.
No, it's not that. We walk the tundra side by side every day. I'm putting it in all
Pretty much.
caps.
All right. All right.
I am. If you're still offering, I am hungry.
All right.
Yes. Let's get something warm.
Let's go inside
Please.
the tavern, please. Yes.
We'll
Okay.
do a drinky, we'll do a eaty, we'll do a brushy.
Yes.
So y'all should be able to see the overhead map of Cairn at this point.
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all are approaching from the southwest, and you can see that Zarthra is being very careful to lead you in still the thick, sort of fluffy areas of snow dunes, but that they taper out and sort of level into this fine sheen of packed ice. as there is a frozen lake here. Grand, though you have never visited this relatively small township, you know that this is Lac Dinishir and that Cairn is primarily a fishing town.
Is this not the northern shore of the same lake that we were on the southern shore of not long ago?
Yeah. Let me look at my map. No. So you were previously in Targos, which borders Mer Dulden, and this is Lac Dinishir. So I'll slide y'all back over to the Icewind map real quick.
Ah, two separate
See,
lakes.
So that
moving ice.
was
There are
Targos,
2 lakes. I see.
and you are
Really?
now here at the northernmost reaches of Lac Dinishir. Slide you back over now. There we go.
We'd better get rested. We've got an expedition to find.
Yes, let's hope that
Yes.
the tavern has 24 hours.
So you do notice this township is again significantly smaller than Targos and far smaller than Bryn Shandir, where you had started your expedition together. There is no protective wall around the exterior of this settlement, so even from a distance you can see the occasional dim twinkling light that can reach you across the snowy tundra. The streets are virtually empty as you arrive, as it is the very wee hours. But there is only one main thoroughfare through this almost half circle of structures, and the brightest lights shining on that road are from this building here.
We can't see your pings.
Oh, let me get on the right layer. There we are.
Ah.
So, milady guide, who I once again apologize to profusely for adopting the appearance of without permission, is that the place that we would go for a bit of rest and respite?
Aye, that would be the inn.
Then let
And
us be
she
off.
promptly makes her way past you, heading towards it herself.
Yes, I will rush on ahead.
Waste no time.
So as you press through the muddied slush of the snowy streets, you come up to an inn that does have warm glowing lanterns within, and you see outside there appears to be a sort of wavering on his feet dragonborn in full plate with a crossbow strapped to his back, who is leaning on a barrel and nursing a bottle.
Is he a young man or an old man?
Give me a perception check.
No dark vision, so
He's illuminated by the glow coming out of the
okay.
inn
The 9.
windows. A 9. It's hard to tell, especially with dragonborns. Their already unique features can vary so wildly. It's hard to be sure.
Excuse me, good man. Are you all
Yeah.
right?
Sort of stands up just a little bit and looks down at his bottle before looking back to your group. Oi.
Oi!
Yeah, I'm just breezing by to get in the warmth. Like, I'll see you on side. I'm cold.
Yeah, I assume I was the only one who stopped.
So I'll show you what you see. There you go.
Oh, he is vibing.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Okay, he's geared up.
My good man, you seem to be vibing.
Do you
What?
have to be out here?
Steal thieves. Guard.
All right.
You're a steel thieves guard.
No.
No, he guards the thieves.
No. Oh, empty. And he sort of pushes past you, Rayston, and stumbles his way inside himself, making for the bar. As you enter, you see two very tired, slightly haggard-looking women. One is an older human woman that's standing behind the bar and setting out freshly cleaned tankards and glasses and such. And the other is a much younger, very lithe woman in a very lovely sort of pale lavender dress with her auburn hair and sort of frazzled ringlets that look like it might have been a nice manicured head of curls at the beginning of the night, but here we are at the end of the shift. There's very few people within, but as the Dragonborn enters, you see the younger woman stop what she's doing, gathering dishes from a table, and sort of rush up to his side. Oh, Trovis, you're drunk again, aren't you? She sort of ushers him over to a table and takes the empty bottle from his hand. Why do you even keep getting these? Oh, hello. Welcome to the Northern Light.
Good evening, or morning, I suppose, at this hour. Meine schöne Schwerin. I am Reisten Elton, and we are searching for a place to bed down tonight.
Charmed.
Well, I think we do have a couple of vacant rooms. Corey? You see the older woman behind the bar set aside what she's doing and nod and gesture you over. So Corey, you can tell she has the same auburn hair, but hers is streaked with bits of silver and gray. Her appearance is very obviously less well kempt than her younger, what is easily enough discernible as sister. And she wipes dirtied, calloused hands on her apron as she looks over your group. You're fresh in from out there.
Yes, ma'am. A
Yes.
little cold.
All right. Well, how many rooms will you be needing? We've got 3 available.
We need 6.
We can share.
Do you have 6?
We only
have
need
3
2.
available.
You know what? I can stay with Granny. It's all right.
Okay, but I don't cuddle.
Oh right, I forgot about that. Wilhelm. I'll stay with Wilhelm.
Ah, a good cuddle.
All 3 rooms then?
Aye.
Sure, 2 per
Please.
room. Does that
How many
sound
beds
nice?
to a room?
Yes.
2 single beds in 2 of the rooms, and one of them has a larger single bed.
I guess all 3.
Mhm.
All right, well enough. That's going to be 3 silver. Any food or drink? We're about to wrap up for the night.
Something to warm the bones
Yes,
before
please.
heading off to as a nightcap.
We might get this off.
Just a drink or something to eat as well?
I'll do something to eat as well.
Do you have
That
anything
sounds-
hot?
She first goes about setting down a few tankards of hot spiced cider in front of you before disappearing through a sort of creaking, oil-stained wooden door into the back room, you assume, that serves as a kitchen here. She emerges again just a few minutes later with a tray of clay bowls, each with some sort of steaming broth that you can tell has some roughly chopped bits of maybe fish and some sparse vegetables sprinkled in there. It doesn't smell the best, it doesn't taste the best, but it is hot.
As long as it's hot.
I scarf it down like a tired, hungry,
Mm.
cold young man who does not care.
Well enough. It's the last of the pot for the night. It was gonna get dumped anyway. Clean your own dishes, we'll call it square. As she tosses a couple of wet rags onto the counter and makes her way for the stairs herself.
Right.
She is quite a good salesman, I have to say.
Lovely. For sure.
Mm.
We could learn a
The-
thing or two.
Yes.
Younger woman who has, while you have been getting situated at your own table, getting your food and drinks, has been tending to the Dragonborn, and now you see has him tucked in an armchair by the dwindling fire, and he is out cold. Approaches and sort of straightens out her blouse over her dress. I'm sorry, we've been having a bit of a rough patch lately. I'm Allie. That was my sister Corey. You are welcome here. I apologize for the cold welcome.
Which rooms are ours?
Oh, there's only 2 floors, so go up the stairs, go all the way to the end of the hall. the last 3 rooms on the right. I'm sorry, they're the ones with the windows, so it's going to be a little bit chilly, but
That's fine. I just
Wonderful.
immediately head up.
you said
Pick
you
one at
were.
random.
Oh, okay. Good night.
What? I'm sorry. Did
We're
you?
still here. Hello.
Yeah, the rest of us are still
Still
here.
here.
I'm
Did you
tucking in.
mention you were looking for something?
Oh,
Or something?
my friends can tell you. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed.
Have a good night.
You
Yeah.
too.
Thanks.
We're looking for an expedition. I believe Garrett probably comes through here often, possibly.
No. Oh, the nice human man with the black hair and
Mm-hmm.
always. And she looks down at Boy, who is following up along Rayston's heels up the stairs.
I've got to brush out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they were through. Honestly, just maybe 2 days ago, later in the evening.
Did they look healthy, warm, full of?
Well enough. The Goliath gentleman was a surprising charmer.
None of them were stabbed. No plague sores or anything. That was
No.
that was out of character. I'm upstairs.
With the Goliath gentleman. How many people were with him?
Well, let's see. They had 2 that dropped off and made their way. So the ones that stayed with, there were 3, I think, that stayed with Garrett. There was a Goliath, a tiefling woman, and I can't remember. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. But I
No
think
problem.
there were 4 total that headed towards the Cairn in the morning.
Right. Well,
Why are you following them?
well, that dog is his dog, and it returned alone. So we are making sure they're okay.
Alone?
Yes.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
It is not a good sign. No, no.
Oh,
Do you
I
have-
hope nothing's happened.
Do you have something in the back we can feed the dog? Probably as cold as we
She
are.
glances towards where her older sister had disappeared up the stairs, and then I should be able to find something. Give me just a minute.
Thank you.
And makes her way back to the kitchen.
Hmm.
You hear a deep snore begin to come from the armchair by the fire as the dragonborn just sort of sprawls out in his plate mail and warms himself.
What do
A
you
moment later, she
suppose?
returns.
What
Go
do you
ahead.
suppose his deal is? I mean, if they need, I understand they need, if they need someone to stay outside. And guard from what exactly? I understand why he would need liquor to keep him warm while he's standing outside, but why does he need to be there? All hours of
Ask
the
her when
night.
she comes back with the treat for the dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can
Allie
ask Corey.
does return
And
pretty
Allie.
quickly.
Um,
She just has a handful of what looks like some sort of dried jerky of some sort.
I'm sorry. Do you pay him? Stand
Trovis.
out,
No,
outside.
he's the town speaker.
Oh no.
What's that?
That's like the mayor.
He's
Yeah.
the
That's
mayor.
the one that reads out the sacrifices too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Francis Hardy hardly even sleeps
Oh.
anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame him. It's a bloody job. Why was he outside?
Oh, it's nothing for you to be worried about. We can
He's-
handle our own.
He said he was guarding from what?
We've had a
Steel
bit of-
thieves. I came
Yeah.
back down
Oh, yeah.
because I wanted to feed the dog.
No one was brushing you.
I'll give this to
Yeah.
you.
I brushed him already. I've been brushing him the whole
Ah.
time.
Brushies.
Yeah,
Brushies.
I'll take care of the dog.
So, what was he
I
guarding?
hand
Why
Griffin
was he
the, I
hanging
hand
out
Vulcan the brush. Also.
outside? I
I
understand
get
why he's
downstairs.
drunk. He needed the alcohol to keep him warm, but why was he out there to begin with?
Well, we've had a bit of a problem with thieves, I suppose. Things keep going missing, but no one ever sees the culprits. My sister and I, well, the last thing that was stolen from here, so.
What was it?
Just a trinket, really. Just a family heirloom. Nothing terribly important.
Vulcan, try the lantern.
The lantern.
Yes, the magical one.
I got
Invisible
it right.
thieves sounds like spirits to me.
I got it right here.
Okay.
And I pull it right out of my sack.
And you light it.
And I light it.
Let me double check the radius on that. So you light it, the spark flickers, and the lantern illuminates, but the flame just remains a natural golden glow.
Well, they could just not be here right now.
I'll keep it out just in case.
Well, we don't have unlimited oil.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to disparage your town, but it's not very big. So wouldn't everyone in the town know everyone else?
Yeah, that's right.
So who would steal from you?
No one that I can think of.
A town of rare character. I like
We
it.
sort of depend on each other here.
Okay.
Whenever you mentioned your heirloom, your eyes went heavy. What was that heirloom?
Well, it was nothing terribly important. It was just our inn is called the Northern Light because that's what my father named it after. And he did so because my mother brought from her hometown this really beautiful lantern that was enchanted to change colors. Simple, but beautiful. And it's hung outside our establishment as long as I can remember. But it's gone.
And it doesn't look like that lantern, right? Because that would
This
be
is-
real awkward,
Yeah,
right?
right?
Because our lantern, we have a lantern that changes colors.
It's supposed to change colors. It hasn't
when we
yet.
see spirits, it's supposed to
No,
be.
this one is beautiful. You would know it in an
Oh,
instant.
wow.
It's-
Your
Okay.
lantern is
I've
ugly.
always thought
Okay.
it's elvish.
You're right. Our
That-
lantern sucks. I don't know why we would have ever thought.
It's not my lantern. I don't care.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
We're kidding.
Sorry,
we're kidding.
we're on
We
the
know.
edge.
Listen,
We
we
have
know
a
how
long
we
day
look.
of travel.
We've seen ourselves. We're cool. We're cool.
We like to have a lot of fun here.
So your lantern went missing,
Yes.
and
Mhm.
Torvis over there took it upon himself to stand outside all night.
Drinking and
For the
standing
second
watch.
night in a row.
I think we should
Going
talk
to
this
hurt
Torvis.
himself doing that.
Yeah, really.
I told him so, but he won't listen. He thinks because he's the town speaker, it's all his responsibility.
Well, it is
I
his
mean,
Told him he has to
responsibility.
accept
he
help.
does send people to the deaths every month. But anyway,
What?
oh nothing.
I hit him
Um,
really
What
hard.
are you talking about?
Rip.
Nothing.
We
Forget I said
elbow.
anything.
We elbow. Multiple elbows.
I think we should talk to this Torvis whenever he. Perhaps by tomorrow he will have awoken and not be too hungover to speak to.
Well,
Yes. Although we should stay focused. We have a missing expedition to save.
Yes.
Yes.
We can talk to him when we on the way
Oh,
back.
Looking
Yeah,
more and
we're on our
more
way
like
out.
they need
Yeah.
our help very
Yes.
badly.
we can handle our own problems. It sounds like you've got much more pressing matters.
Mhm.
I mean, sure, but we're probably going to stop by on the way back.
Yes, definitely.
I wouldn't say no to some help.
All right. Excellent.
Well, I bet
But
you
it
he's
is
he's
very
still
late.
in that chair right
Mhm.
there when we get
Yeah.
up in the morning.
Quite possibly.
We wouldn't take it for an answer.
Well, is there anything else you need before you retire for the evening?
How many blankets do you have?
The rooms are stocked with extra blankets, but if you think you'll need even more, I can see what we have left in stores.
Look, I need all the blankets you have.
You are rather small.
Why don't you test before you make any assumptions about the quality of their
It's a fair,
blankets?
it's a safe assumption.
Sure. Give me just
Either
a
way,
second.
thank you very much for all that you've helped us, and I'm sure Boy appreciates the treat, doesn't he, Boy? Yes, you
Yes,
do.
of course. He is
Yes, you
rather
do.
cute.
Oh,
She
you
reaches
loved a
down
treat.
and ruffles his ears. I'll get those blankets for you. I'll bring them up to your room if you'd like.
That would be excellent. I'll be bunking with Wilhelm, so
Hello.
I know Corey said the dishes were your responsibility. Just leave them on the table when you're done.
No,
I'll take
no,
care
I,
of
I've
them.
wiped it
I will.
clean.
I will clean this dish. I am honor bound to.
Thank you.
Maybe it'll warm me up a little to do the dishes.
Easily enough, you're able to get your hot food and drink in you. It immediately helps to sort of alleviate some of the tired, deep-set ache in your bones from the extensive trek through the cold. You clean up after yourselves, much to the appreciation of Allie, and make your way up to your rooms. Osborne, she reappears at your door just a few minutes later, carrying a very thick plush, what looks like some sort of bear skin. It's not technically a blanket. It's honestly,
Oh no, that'll
we
do
bought
nicely.
it to be a rug, but
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, thank you.
all right, you're welcome. Here you are. It's very heavy. It's
Or
like
a bony
for your
blanket.
size,
Yeah,
it's almost
that's
like having
great.
one of
That's
those
like a-
weighted blankets.
Yeah, it's like an anxiety blanket. I like it. Yeah.
The undershirt.
You seem
A
like a
goblin's
very anxious
undershirt.
sort. This is
Undershirt.
All right.
I pass out real quick. Well, send a quick prayer of updates and then pass out real quick about the
Okay.
dragon and all that.
The wee hours find you nestling into a blessedly warm bed. You are, it's a little bit drafty in the rooms, but nowhere near as uncomfortable as camping out in the unforgiving tundra. You are all able to get your long rest, which for you, Zadrin, will relieve your point of exhaustion.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm a little bit restless. I'm not going to take my full long rest. I do kind of want to wander the town a little bit before everybody gets up.
Sure.
Hmm.
Are you just sort of, mindlessly wandering, or are you taking in the surroundings and keeping an eye out?
Definitely kind of, I have a bit of an uneasy feeling about this town.
How
There's
long
something.
do you wait before you do that? Or who's bunking with who? Because I only need the 4-hour trance. So if I notice you're gone.
Well, we
after
are in
how
the
long
same
this-
room,
yeah.
so you'd
Yeah.
probably hear me come out. I mean, I guess I'm taking a short rest instead of a long rest.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know how many hours that would be, but
When I'm in my
Yeah, well, I
natural
need the-
changeling form, I have a horrible snore. And I forgot to change out of it to sleep, so
Awful.
I sound
Oh.
like a chainsaw.
That
essentially.
sounds like a problem for Vulcan.
That's
Yeah.
I don't
problem
like
for
that.
everybody.
I would
The
like
walls won't help.
in that case to tinker with a small thing in my hand, and then it creates waves, and I can fall asleep.
noise
Those are so
machine.
nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, I
No.
imagine Osborne would be burrowed underneath all these blankets, and Wilhelm is spooning him. I don't know exactly how that works, but
I am Big Spoon. It is only way.
Also, I've tried very hard to get Boy to sleep on my bed. I don't know if I've been successful, but
Oh, absolutely. He's on the foot of the bed.
yes.
He's the spoiled dog.
As he
Wilhelm,
should be.
Don't panic. I'm just asking for future precedent.
Uh-oh.
Do you sleep in your armor?
No, I do not believe that is really feasible. And I mean, I don't know. Can you sleep in your armor? I don't think that's allowed.
You
Dragonborn
can,
did it.
but you get like exhaustion comes into play.
Mhm.
Right. No, I would not do that. And right now, I have not learned that it would be a thing that I would need to do. You have to teach me that lesson.
that would be
Well, there's no reason at all that I'm asking this. question.
Absolutely no. I mean,
that would be uncomfortable for
I am
Osborne.
comfortable. The world. No one would come in the night to attack Wilhelm in his sleep. That would be crazy.
Yeah, tavern
Alright.
of all things.
Mhm.
Zadrin, as you don't actually sleep, you just do your sort of meditation. You do notice Gran up and leave.
I will signal to her that it's like, if you wait a moment, I can join you. So we can both go for a walk around the town. And maybe we can get the lantern from Vulcan.
I would never wake up a boy in his sleep. My goodness. Put your damn belt on. If we're going, we're going. You
I'm gonna be
got
back
just
in like
a
2
moment.
seconds. I gotta.
All right. So yeah, if I'm able to finish the 4-hour trance,
All right.
or I'll track her
So-
down afterwards if she leaves me.
The two of you, being the party members with the highest passive perceptions and doing
Yep.
this together, as you make your way through the dimly lit streets, it's almost like walking through a sea of diamonds. The occasional refraction of the lanterns that are scattered throughout the streets catch the occasional unmarred bit of snow in such a way that the tiny refracting crystals just glitter as you pass by.
Mm.
But you notice, and let me come to the map here, as you circle along the edge of the frozen lake, there is this sort of open area here. There is a patch in the center of all that snow that seems disturbed. It's hard to tell from the street what exactly is going on there, but you can see there's a visual break in the surface.
You think we can go check it out? Link arms. Let's do this together.
All right. And we'll go through the snow and
Okay.
leave the safety of the path.
The accumulated powder here, as it is not part of the main thoroughfare, does
Snowshoes are
sink
on.
a couple inches with each step and crunch as you make your way. As you approach, there are definitely tracks, fresh tracks, that cut across this empty expanse, across the street, and into the area beyond the township.
Okay. Can I
Give
get a
me a
sense?
survival check.
All right.
Is that both of us?
Yeah.
Both of you or one of you at advantage.
I did 21.
I got. Was this still count as Arctic conditions or urban?
I would. It's such a small, sparse town. We'll say that your proficiency still applies.
Okay, so it's 16.
Okay. You, Zadrin, can tell that there are medium humanoid tracks, but on the small side of medium. They are deep depressions, so they were heavy steps, but beyond that, it's hard to really glean too much information. You, Gran, just sort of taking note of the different tread in the boot prints and how each of them moves, the difference in the gait between the steps. There are two distinct sets of tracks here, both the smaller side of medium humanoid, but they are stocky and definitely had some weight to them as these prints are sunken into the snow, and they make their way from the edge of the lake, these small sort of not huts, but very small cottages, across this open snowfield, across the street, and into the expanse beyond towards the cairn.
Mm-hmm.
You think
Yeah, go ahead.
you think that these are related to Garrett and his expedition? I know there were 4, but maybe there are only 2.
They
No.
seem too fresh for that, and in the middle of town.
don't
They
think we
said it was
can.
about 2 days ago.
Gran, you can gather that these were definitely made as recently as the last 2 to 3 hours, and it is currently
like
the
fresh.
wee hours of the morning.
Mm.
Well,
Should we-
what do you think? Should we follow it?
Let's see. Let's check out the source. See if they came out of a house or out of the lake.
Okay.
And I take a trying to think if I have anything in my pack that I can just use to mark where we stopped looking. Maybe I just take, I do have a spear. I'll just break it in half. It's still half a spear. It's still kind of useful. And kind of put that in the snow to remind us where we stopped, and then we can kind of backtrack.
Okay. So before we move on, do we want to take a quick short break before we backtrack along this path?
We've been on for an hour. We can take a break.
Okay. So we'll take a 5-er and we will be back in just a second, you guys.
And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody. So, rejoining Zadrin and Gran as they are in the earliest hours of this frozen morning, venturing through the empty town streets of Karakhonig. You've discovered this set of smallish, medium humanoid footprints, 2 different sets of heavy booted prints that made their way through the snow, and you are backtracking them towards the lake.
Trying to find their origin.
Okay. Gran, with that survival check, it is easy enough to backtrack along them to their... You're not sure if it's the origin. Well, you had what, a 26?
Oh, yeah. My
Or something ridiculously high?
21.
Yeah,
is 21.
still over 20.
21.
You can tell that they headed towards the lake and then backtracked back out of the town. But
Okay.
following along towards the lake, you see where they approach this sort of row of cottages along the frozen water and approach the back of a couple of them, moving from one to the next until you arrive at one that has several crates stacked behind it. And it is very obvious that these crates have recently been rummaged through. There are various bundles of hide and cloth that have been tossed aside into the snow, a couple of sacks of what you assume to be flour or grain, some sort of powdered material, a couple of rusted tools that have left their deep depressions in the snow. It's hard to tell if everything that was in the crates is still present, but they were definitely recently tossed. And the tracks stop at this house before doubling back.
Okay. You sound.
Well.
Some hints as to who's been stealing stuff seems to be out of town and these heavy booted tracks. How far out of town would you say would be safe to travel with just us before waking the party once they get their long rest on this cold morning?
I think you're trying to get at the fact that we should wait for our companions. So I bet that Dragonborn, we could wake him up in the tavern.
Oh, yes.
And
We'll
we'll
be
wait for them
interested.
there.
Yeah. Did the footprints leading out of town, were they pointing towards not Karakhonig, but the mountain?
Kelvin's Cairn.
Kelvin's Cairn.
They seem to be pointing in that general direction.
Okay. So with any luck, we'll be following them anyway in the morning on the way out.
Okay.
Wonderful.
You make your way back to the inn. Okay. I keep wanting to call him Targos. Trovis is still right where you left him, snoring away in the chair by the fire.
I'll let you do it.
And it is still roughly like 4 or 5 a.m.
Zadrin, you want to grab a cup from the bar and take these pebbles and try and see how far away we can throw them in until everyone wakes up?
Sure, let's make a little game of it.
Okay,
As I try and think of what possibly could have made those footprints.
Okay.
Yeah. Distract ourselves with... Because yes, I want to do something about it, but... Only level
Zadrin,
2.
give me... What would this be?
Nature, Arcana...
Give me a history check.
History.
Actually.
The history of those tracks is only 2 hours old.
That would be a... would it still count as a favorite terrain kind of history? Okay, so it's just...
Let's try.
Hey, it's all intelligence and wisdom saves get double proficiency in favorite terrain. Gotta do it. So that'll only be a 7 because it rolled a 6.
You're running through your mental archive, but nothing leaps to the front of your mind as to what could be responsible. Maybe dwarves.
Yeah, those thoughts.
Okay. As the rest of you come to wakefulness, reluctant to leave your soft, warm beds, but the bright, clear light cutting through the frosted window panes of your rooms. Anything you would like to do as you gather yourselves for the day? Okay. Zadrin and Gran, you would notice first as Connie and
Corey?
Corey and Alex.
Corey and Allie.
Corey and Allie?
Yes, them, those. Look at y'all keeping notes. Well done.
I
You
think
didn't
I
already have
compete.
inspiration, I'd give it to you again. They come down pretty obscenely early based on how late they were up and start going about their tasks. Allie tries to rouse Trovis, but he is still passed the fuck out, if I can say that on Twitch.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I say it all the time.
It's YouTube.
Jafra
You can't.
also comes down before most of the rest of your party and goes to Corey and gets a hot cup of what passes for coffee in Icewind Dale.
Oh yeah.
And some hot porridge to start her day. Doesn't really acknowledge you guys.
I look over at Zadrin and I have like a larger rock and I go and throw it at Tarvis instead of
At
the
Travis?
cup.
Travis, yeah.
Roll an unarmed attack at advantage because he is not moving.
Oh no. Okay. I wasn't expecting this. Ooh. That's 21.
21. You sort of line up the shot as he's snoring and measure the slight shift as he breathes and throw it, and it sticks right in a nostril.
That man can sleep through a blizzard.
What the hell are you doing?
I stopped mid about to throw another one.
Gran, did you just... What was that?
That was an
funny.
excellent shot as
That
well.
was
That
very funny.
Zadrin, is this what you've been doing all night?
Do we have inks?
Pardon,
Let's
Knight.
draw a mustache on him.
Part of the night, we did find some interesting tracks out about the town. And
What does that have to do with throwing rocks at the mayor?
just been
well, we
passing
need to tell
time.
him, but he won't wake up. So,
So you throw rocks at him?
see if he'll wake him up.
If I am
Wait.
sleeping and someone throws a rock at me, I would wake up.
I
Wait,
recognize that I am not your mother, but I still have to say that this is a rather disturbing behavior from both of you, and I would prefer if you not throw rocks at random innocent people as long as I'm around to see you do it.
Very
Wait,
funny.
did you say tracks?
I think it's funny.
Yes,
It's a
some
good
tracks.
thing that I'm old enough to be your great grandmother, so I don't think it makes sense for you to tell me what it is I should and should not be doing.
And mature enough to be my infant niece.
Oh boy.
Oh.
PvP fight.
I take the
Oh.
rock and throw it at him too.
Catch it.
Roll an
I catch
attack.
it.
Gran, roll an attack roll.
Okay.
Racing, just because I'm curious, roll a dexterity check.
I rolled an 18, so
8.
Okay. You manage to get your hand up in time to deflect it, but it just sort of deflects from your face instead and hits you just off the top of your head. But you avoid a dead-on shot to the face.
Ow.
Just a tinsel throw, hopefully.
That stings and you're rude.
big smile from Gran. No response.
Speaking of,
Toothy grin, fangs everywhere.
do we have a sling for Gran? It seems like she is a natural, huh?
I'm sorry. Did you say tracks?
Oh, right, the tracks.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, who cares about that?
Found some tracks at the center of town. Well, Gran could perceive this a little better than I could. But they led from outside of town towards the Kelvin's Cairn. Into town, we found they led to some crates that were rummaged through by the lake. And then they backtracked outside. Hopefully, with any luck, we'll be following those tracks anyway towards Kelvin's Cairn, and we might be able to find what's going on.
So we can swoop by, take care of these thieves, continue on our rescue mission.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm. So maybe I was throwing rocks, but I was also gathering some information.
Trovis is still snoring away. Allie and Corey are starting to get some customers in that are coming in for bowls of hot porridge before they begin their cold days of work out on the frozen lake. Is there anything we would like to do before you push on? You do notice that Jarthra is still sitting at the bar with all of her things gathered at the foot of her stool and doesn't seem to be paying much mind to what you and your group is doing.
Okay.
Jothra, are you coming with us up to the cairn, or?
That would be a negative. I got you this far. I'm not asking for any coin for it. And I almost got my ass killed. So, no, I think this is where we part.
That was
ways.
very traumatic, yes.
Mm.
Very
I
well.
understand.
Yeah.
It's understandable.
Ugh.
I'm sure we'll be able to count on Boy to find us his master.
Where will you go?
Well, I've got a friend that runs a shop on the far side of the town here, does a bit of fishing. I might bunk up with him for a while till more work comes along.
That
Well,
sounds
best of
sensible.
luck to you.
Thanks again.
Aye, luck to
Much
you as well.
appreciated with your help there.
If you're going all the way up the mountain, watch for rock slides, avalanches, and big things that want to rip your head off.
What, my head off?
Rip.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
The jetties that we were discussing earlier.
What is?
a few days
What's
ago.
going to want to rip my head off?
Well, as your friend said, Yetis,
Yeti.
the giant white dragon that we saw last night.
Well, yes, but I mean,
Crag cats,
Wait, what was that last one?
owlbears.
I don't like that.
Big cats.
what
Take
kind
your
of
pick. It's Icewind Dale.
what kind of cats?
Crag cats.
That does. I don't like the sound of that.
Great furry beasties with snow white fur that will come out of nowhere and get their claws 3 inches deep in your guts before you know they're there.
And they're aggressive.
Aye.
Aggressive crag cats.
Yeah, that doesn't sound cheery.
Aggro crag cats.
You almost took my appetite away with that description.
Almost.
This place is awful.
Speaking of which,
This is my home.
is
It
that
is an
breakfast to be
awful
had?
place.
Yes.
My home too. I kind of hate it.
You live in a bad place.
Oh, I
I'll
have been
get
away for a long
the
time. It
produce.
used to be better. There was summer sometimes.
Was
That
it
was
though?
nice.
That does sound nice.
That was nice.
Can we get some
I'm not going to
brekkie?
pretend that Baldur's Gale was all sunshine all the time.
Allie is sort of sweeping between tables, tending to everyone as y'all are chatting and hears you, Osborne, and pauses. Did you need some breakfast before you set off?
Ma'am.
Yes, please, thank you.
Okay. For all of you,
Sure.
Ideally.
just a minute. It's breakfast rush, but as soon as I can.
Right.
You can each mark
Rush.
off 3 copper, gets you a hot cup of mulled wine and a very basic porridge with some chopped root vegetable of some sort.
Delicious.
While she's getting that, I'll go ahead, gather up my belongings, and get ready to head out as soon as we're done eating.
Is there anyone else besides us and the drunk dragonborn in the place?
Oh yeah, there are several individuals. Some are just in and out and just take a steaming drink with them. Some sit down and have breakfast like you. Mostly humans. You see a smattering of half elves, a few dwarves, but many of them, actually virtually everyone you see, has some sort of tool belt or a pouch with some sort of fishing tack with them, or are wearing tall boots and waders that are very obviously meant to withstand continued exposure to the elements for a day's work.
Allie.
She's setting down your breakfast.
Right.
Yeah, what is it, love?
Are they all fishermen in this town?
That's just about all we've got going for us in this town.
Do they-
There's a few craftsmen.
Did they catch anything?
Well, yeah, it's great fishing for knucklehead trout. A single good one of those can feed a family for the majority of a week.
We saw one on the wall
Yeah.
of the inn in Bryn Shander.
Oh, I've heard about that one. It sings if you're lucky.
Does it?
We aren't lucky.
I was
Yes,
not
I
lucky.
thought I was
Yeah.
drunk enough.
I want to see it sing.
Are they ice fishing or are they
You can't fish in ice.
Well,
It's
taking
solid. You come
boats?
on.
I mean, I
Ridiculous.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Most of the
fishing
lake
in
is
ice.
frozen solid on the shore. So yes, most of them are ice fishers, she
You
says,
can't-
giving sort of a quizzical glance to Rayston. But a couple
How do
still
you
haul their
fish
skiffs
in
out.
ice? That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
You cut a hole in it.
I haven't done that, of course.
There's
But
liquid water under the ice.
I've heard
well,
you
I'm
can.
sure it's somewhere in there.
I've heard
but
you can
ice
drill a
is, you know, it'll
hole.
be
And
like a
Yeah.
thick.
I read about it in a book once. You can drill a hole and you can,
Don't the fish hibernate? I was under the
I have
impression
no
fish
idea.
hibernated.
I have
No,
no
they're
idea.
Have you
not
ever seen a
bears.
live
Not
Nile
bears.
trout up
Bears.
close?
No, I haven't at least.
But bears hibernate because fish hibernate.
No,
it's an
that's-
ecosystem.
That's not.
Oh, boy.
Bears eat fish.
I mean,
Is
it
that
sounds
right, Granny? Is that right?
It sounds right. I
No.
don't know.
No, it's not. They can
Okay.
ice fish. The bears hibernate. The fish live year round. No, nothing he's saying is right.
So you can
That's
drill
what
a
I thought.
hole in ice on a lake in midwinter and just throw a rod down there with some bait on it, and some unlucky cold fish is going to come along and do exactly what it would have done in summer.
Yeah.
does seem like the
Saying
fish
that
would be
last
quite
of the
cold, yes.
flagons. As she goes to walk away, she just sort of gives you a coy grin and says, well, here it's more like chains, hooks, and winches to haul those things out of the ice, but same basic principle. And goes about tending to another
Oh.
table.
What an incredible world we live in.
Has anyone
Really?
tried to wake up?
You saw a dragon last night and you're impressed by the ice fishing?
Dragon, those are everywhere. Ice
It's
Yeah.
fishing.
totally
never heard of-
reasonable that
It's in the name of
you
the
would be
game.
surprised by ice fishing if you'd never heard of it. I haven't ate it. I have to RP that sometime in some way,
I
or
like
else I
it.
am completely
I like it.
betraying the stat block of my character.
Has
Good.
anyone tried to wake up the mayor?
Yes.
I've tried a
What-
few times.
Yes, we threw rocks at him.
Let me
And
try.
shook him a little.
I'd like to take a spoon and do a little magical tinkering and make it smell like ammonia, and then
What
put
are
it
you
under
doing?
his nose.
Oh, it's like
What is
smelling
that?
salts.
Oh,
And I just-
I thought you were
Give
going
him
to
a
use
little-
the spoon
Oh,
as a
that's awful.
catapult. for
No,
the
not
rock.
gonna. This is scientific. I'm a man of science.
Not everyone throws
They
rocks
use
at everyone they
precipitation
meet.
to
Gran.
do
And then,
smelling salts.
eh, eh,
Oh, you don't know about ice
is he
fishing?
stirring?
Oh, I bet you'd like
I'm
a rock
rolling a
lobbed at your
constitution
head.
saving throw to see. He got a 20. He is still asleep.
Wow.
This man might be dead. I don't know what else to do.
He's
Um,
snoring, so he's probably okay.
He's going to have a
God's
headache when he wakes
sakes,
up.
all
that's
of
for
you!
sure.
Sounds
I
like a
just
death
walk
row.
over and I like push Vulcan out of the way and I grab the guy and I start shaking him a little bit on the shoulders. And I'm like, hello! Hello!
Dragonborn tendrils are just sort
Tavos!
of rustling everywhere.
Is
Hello!
is that more rude than rocks?
Rovas!
Is
Rovas!
that more rude than rocks? I don't know.
We
I
should
don't
have
know. I
can't
definitely drawn a
Buddy.
mustache on it before we did this.
Are you alive? Are you breathing?
Who the fuck are you?
My name is Ryston Elton. I'm a changeling, scion of the Elton family of Baldur's Gate, and my friends have been trying to wake you gently and reasonably for some time. Hello.
Well,
We found
Who the
tracks
fuck are
of more
you?
people rummaging.
Ryston Elton, scion of the Elton
Oh.
patriarch family
He
of
just
Baldur's
reaches out
Gate.
and kind of shoves his talon over your mouth. No. That's enough. What do you want? Oh.
I don't know.
I pipe up.
I'm
and
on
let-
your side.
Yes. We found some tracks while out just roaming the town at night, as adventurers are like to do. Totally
Apparently.
normal.
Tracks, what? And he shoves himself out of the chair. And now that he's standing full height, you can see that he's cresting 7 foot. He's a big boy in full plate, and he sort of reaches down and slings his crossbow up onto his shoulder and wavers a little bit. Drax, what?
Yes. There, Granny and I, I'm pointing over to Granny, found them last night. There's like 2 distinct ones, right?
Hmm?
And they were over at the cottages by the lake, rummaging through crates before heading out.
We're thinking they're dwarves, maybe.
Yeah.
But we
Or
saw there were crates by the cottages with things strewn everywhere. There's no way they didn't take something.
Right. Well, we have been having a bit of a thieving problem. You
And
said
they
a
led
cottage
out
by the
town.
lake.
Yes. And they were leading back out of town towards the Kelvin's Cairn.
Towards the Cairn.
Which is where we're going
Oh,
Ostensibly.
you are?
at some point.
So, yes.
Well, if you can bring me some more information about these thieves, I would be in your debt. We all would. Sorry, I'm Trovis. I am speaker of this township.
Yes,
Nice to meet you officially.
He sort of glances down over himself, his surroundings. Something tells me I've not made the best first impression.
I don't know. I like you quite a bit.
I think you're awesome, yeah.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
too kind of you.
And I want your full plate. I like that.
Well, it is rather fetching, isn't
Yes,
it?
I know.
Oh, what takes you to the Cairn?
We're looking for a missing expedition.
Yes.
Yes. So
Oh.
once we're done eating breakfast, we're heading straight out, hopefully.
Yep.
This poor little pup right here has lost his master, and we're helping him find him.
Ah, well, that is a very noble thing of you.
It's been 2 days though, so you know.
We are good, brave adventurers.
They're probably
Right.
dead. But,
Fantastic. Well,
3
if you
days.
find any information, certainly please bring it to me, and I will, if it leads to any substantive results, I will be sure to reward you for your time.
All right.
Wonderful. Nice to meet you.
Likewise, you as well. Good luck.
And away we
And
go.
he sort of plops back down in the chair that just groans under his weight. Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, hopefully I got all my stuff ready.
Right before we leave the Northern Lights, I kind of turn to Tarvis and I say,
When you get rid of that hangover of yours, there's a stick. And that stick is as far as we went that morning. If you follow the big snow drifts, if you ever feel like you need to find those tracks yourself.
Much obliged, ma'am.
Also,
notice
if you
his,
can help it, never fall asleep.
A little bit straighter and obliged, ma'am.
decision.
Can I end?
yeah.
He is also
Um, I catch his blush a little bit, and as I'm leaving, I turn around and grab one of the smaller rocks, and I kind of just throw it at him and don't look back. Just keep walking.
raced in with that insight. He definitely seemed more concerned with putting on a stronger air for Gran than he did for the rest of you.
Hmm.
As Gran flirts with rocks.
All right. So you finish your breakfast, you finish
For
gathering
rocks,
your
indeed.
things, and push out into the chill morning. There are gentle snow flurries coming down. You can tell there's already a dusting of fresh powder over all the cobblestones of the street and the same ever packing slush that sort of clings to the edges and builds up against the fronts of the structures along the path. But it is a pretty easy path to pick towards the cairn, as you can see, even on these sort of hazy white, distant horizon a looming silhouette of this jagged spire of rock and ice.
I'd like to ask Zadrin.
Yes.
You're familiar with this territory, yes?
Oh, with this climate, new to the area, though.
And different peoples and such. Is it normal for Dragonborn to throw rocks at each other?
I think that might be a granny thing.
You forget, my friend, she was raised by wolves. It is probably a wolf thing.
True.
Duh.
She did tell us she was raised by wolves. So
I don't think wolves can
might be a little rougher.
throw things.
Well, sure, they would take
They
it
don't
in their
have
little
opposable
jaws. Who
thumbs.
knows? You don't know. I don't know about wolves.
We were also playing a game last night, just trying to throw little rocks into a tankard to pass the time.
Okay.
So I think it
Sounds
might
like
have
fun.
carried on.
Yeah, love triangle.
That
Rocks.
does
Yeah.
sound fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Icewind wolves are like penguins. They bring pebbles to their
Ah.
respective mates to approach.
Like
my-
that's where
Yeah,
they're-
that's canon, bro. That's canon.
Yeah.
That can't.
So-
No. She was lying about being raised by
We don't know that. You shut
Yeah,
up.
we failed that.
I said that out of character.
Yeah.
Ryston is still 100% on board the wolf thing.
Yeah, we totally believe that.
We do.
Speaking of canids, I want to try and see if Boy is able to pick up on the direction of his master.
Roll me an animal handling check.
Okay.
I will say, since you have been deliberately building a rapport, at advantage.
Okay. Nice. 20.
20.
Nice.
All right. As you reach the edge of the township and you all start sort of making your way out of the settlement proper towards the cairn, he is definitely on a deliberate path, and you, having been observing his mannerisms, can tell that he seems to have a pretty good sense of where he's going.
Oh, he's got one ear down. That means he's focused.
If you say so.
Okay. So all
We're
following
just going to have
Boy.
to believe me.
Yeah, sure.
I'll believe
What
the
pace are
dog.
we taking? He will
Um,
fit whatever you desire.
Just the average pace. I don't know that we're in any kind of hurry at the
Mhm.
moment.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the cairn pretty much.
yes, we don't want to miss any obvious signs, so I would say.
Another
looking
hour
forward
or
to
two
look at.
isn't going to either save him or kill him, I don't
Yeah.
think, at this
Yeah.
point, given how long it's been.
I would agree.
So it is roughly a 2 to 3 hour trek to the cairn from here. Zadrin and Gran, y'all had mentioned keeping an eye out for tracks on this path. Is that something you still wish to do?
Yes.
All right, you can both roll survival, or one of you at advantage. And Gran, don't forget, you do have a DM inspiration that will expire by the end of the session. Whatever you
When-
want to use it for.
I should have used that on the rock.
Mhm.
Oh, I might use it right now. What is it? A D6 that you add? D4?
No, it's a reroll.
Oh, you do. Oh, it's a reroll. Sweet.
I got
And you can
17.
tell me if you want to do that. You can tell me the first result, but you have to decide whether or not you want to use it before I tell you success or fail.
Makes sense. I'm not going to use it at the moment. I got an 11.
Okay, Zadrin?
17.
17. Again, there has been a soft snowfall all morning since you left the inn, and it appeared that it had already been going before daybreak. It's
Mhm.
left a fresh layer of snow over virtually everything. You can't pick up any tracks out in this empty powder.
Okay. Hey,
But you
Vulcan,
do
want to
still
light
feel
that lantern?
confident. Sorry.
You know
go
what?
ahead.
That's a
Oh,
great idea. I do
Oh,
believe
still
I
feel
will.
confident that we're on the right track, or right direction at least there.
Lantern.
You activate the lantern.
I do activate the lantern.
300 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
What if I step over to the right?
How far to the right?
Ooh.
3 feet.
Oh my.
Not even a full square.
All right.
Zadrin, you do feel pretty confident though now that it's daylight and you can see the distant break in the horizon of the cairn.
Mm,
That seems the only landmark of any significance in the direction that the tracks were headed.
okay. Cool.
Okay. So you press on at an average pace, which means that as you are sort of cresting one of these snow dunes about an hour and a half into your trek, Zadrin, you and Gran here on the other side of it in the oncoming depression that you can't quite see into yet, the loud crunching of snow underfoot of some sort of large entity just out of sight.
Mm.
I do that thing where if someone's driving and there's a woman in the passenger seat, they like put their hand on the person next to them.
Same.
Mhm.
Let me stealth up and see what's there.
Okay.
I'll
And
go
I'll have,
talk to
like-
the others.
And I'll ready like a bow and arrow just in case like I'm not stealthy, and try and stealth up.
Okay, give me a stealth
see
check.
whatever. I have not used you, so no, let's use you.
And I turn around to the others.
I think we should wait here just a moment. I think we've heard something over the ridge.
Oh, that's 14, not 4. Ooh. Missed the one. That will be 19 total.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just do this real quick. I'll bring y'all here. As you sort of slowly move up this ridge, careful not to step too heavily and crunch too much snow underfoot,
Mhm.
you see this creature
Oh,
rustling about in the snow.
That exudes an energy.
Is that an owl
Ooh.
polar bear?
yeah. It looks like a polar owl bear.
Ooh. That's cool.
I will stealthily
Powell bear.
go back to
Powler
the group
bear.
and let them know that there's one of those
Powler
owl
bear.
bears that were mentioned about in whisper tones. Tell everyone.
Polar bear.
There's a big not furry, but feathery beaked bear-like creature. I think this is one of the owl bears.
And
Are
what
they
do we do?
dangerous?
I think we should make friends with it.
They're relatively dangerous, I think.
Relative
They
to
have
what?
a well,
I bet I
I
can
don't
make
know, with
friends
a
with
party
it.
of our size, it might be a little safer.
Gran.
But
Think it would eat you for breakfast, young Aussie.
yeah,
No, it's
Seem pretty
fine. Like,
big.
it's cute.
I think you
How
have
bad could it be? It's cute.
I think you have a potion of animal friendship if you want to go give it a try. See you later.
You do hear the scuffling stop.
There's even animals.
I think it may have detected us.
So, and I don't think I'm going to use my potion.
It begins crunching again,
I absolutely think we should make
growing
friends with it.
louder as
I have a Aerotron ready for
I
the
am
crest of
straight
the
up
ridge
readying
to
an
fire,
action.
as you
to-
draw your arrow. However, the creature crests the ridge and it sees your party gathered and I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Aww.
Oh no.
That was an awesome roar.
I was very
Good.
scared.
Yeah.
Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that.
Please.
That was so good.
Yes.
Oh, it'll get clipped.
Feeling my inner Matt
Fail?
Mercer.
All right.
I forgot to roll it in. the
God
thing,
damn.
but yeah.
God damn.
Oh wait, we don't have characters.
Oh, I guess I
for
should
this one.
put this on the token layer.
Yeah.
All right. I'm learning roll 20. Ha! All right.
And then you can clear it from last time.
Did you look at that?
Yeah.
It's almost like I am starting to learn what I'm doing. Alrighty. Let's do this. Wait.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
select
it's
all and
doing
add
the
turn.
thing again.
All
Why
turns
am
at
I-
once.
Yeah, I always have to move y'all down though because of where it.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay.
All right, and you should be able to add your initiatives there. Those of you that I'll say, Rayston, Zadrin, y'all had both gotten out that you were readying in action, so I'll let you have them.
Good.
Oh, that's in mine. It's a little better. Okay.
Vulcan, do you want to go first, or wait, who is that? That also got a 5. I think that's Vulcan.
It is me. You should go first. So you have higher decks, I imagine.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna roll that attack.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That is for the longbow shot. 14.
14 just hits.
All right.
I got a 19 to hit.
Okay.
Big schnasty 6 from me.
And then 8 for me points of damage. Yeah.
Okay. 14 points right off the bat. It is furious. It snarls at you. And we go into initiative proper. I believe that's you at the top there, Gran.
Yeah, I am going to use my bonus action to turn into wolf.
Quick, throw a
Turn into
rock.
wolf?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a wolf again.
A wolf. Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry, I don't know what to settle. Yeah, a wolf.
Yeah, wolf. Just turn into a betrayer god. You know, no big deal.
Oh
Alright,
wait,
I'm
that's a
pulling you up
full
a little.
action. Oh yeah, no, I'm Circle of the Shepherd, so yeah, it's a full action. I'm gonna do that.
All right. There is your wolf token. I will add your control. Do you want to move?
Yeah. And are we all grouped up back here or up here?
So I'll say you are where you are on the map, that this is sort of like a little rise in the snow, that it's just crusted to see you guys. Okay. Anything else, Graham?
Just my movement, which I'm doing right now. At 40 feet. Okay.
Okay. Wilhelm.
Oh no. Okay. Well, that changes what I was gonna do. Grand turns into a wolf and runs off. Wilhelm's like got his shield and he's like, I am going to protect my friends, and oh my god! And just watches her run off. And he's like, oh no. So how far can I move? So he moves. Okay, that's not too bad then. He moves, he uses a bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on himself, and uses his action to take the dodge action, right? I can do that, right? Right.
Yeah.
And he stands there and he goes, oh, please hit me and not the wolf, because I've really prepared myself.
Okay. Osborne.
You know, you're not helping with my operation. Make friends with the Powl Bear.
Howl bear.
We'll try and make friends with it.
You've got one action.
I can get to there. I'm going to try to get its attention. I'm gonna wave my arms.
Okay.
No, really, we just want to be friends with you. Would you like a cookie? I've got cookies. That'll be
This is
my
the
action.
greatest plan I've ever heard.
I don't know. Well, I mean, you know.
Anything else, Osborne?
No.
Okay, this is all like pretty much happening simultaneously, so you're not sure yet what reaction you get. Rayston.
All right.
As
Well,
you see Wilhelm and Gran and wolf form sort of do the anime like interweaving with one another as they charge this owlbear, and then Ozzy just running behind like, wait, no, don't do it.
Yes.
damn it! Remind me to have a conversation with you morons about tactics! I yell as I run up next to Gran.
You don't need
Shield
tactics if
and,
you're making friends
rapier.
with it.
at the ready.
Okay. Any action?
I'm gonna make ready to hit it if it comes within range.
All right.
Otherwise, I
That
don't really
brings
have
us-
much going on.
To its turn. As it is charged, it hones in on what appears to be the largest threat, which is the towering human soldier
Yes!
in armor wielding a shield. And is it a sword or an axe you wield?
A sword.
Towering.
All right.
Makes
I can be
sense.
as tall as I want. Towering.
It moves into melee with you and will
It's
make
what I
its
am built
multiple
for, my
attacks against you.
Oh, I do not like this.
So for the beak, that is a 21 to hit.
At the disadvantage?
Oh,
Shield
you
thing.
take dodge. That is right.
I did.
Oh, dodge. Yeah.
That
Nice.
instead makes it a
Actually,
16.
That misses.
All
Ha
right.
Oh.
That 21 was totally hit, by the way. That really make me pucker. I don't like it.
Well, he's still coming at you with its claws as it stands up on its hind legs,
Oh no. Oh no.
easily taller than the massive dragonborn you just met, and it rakes down towards you. It's only the next attack against you that's at disadvantage for a
Okay.
dodge, correct?
I
Okay,
don't
then
know.
that
I
is
don't
going to
remember.
be that is a 16 as well.
That still misses. Ha
All
ha.
right. The grinding sound of screeching metal under these sharpened claws as you lift your shield into its path.
Right,
It is
you
still
lift the shield. You
snarling
lift it.
down at you.
I remember
You do
now.
see its coat, if you would call it that, as there is feathers intermingled with fur, is beautiful. Pristine white, dappled with bits of amber and black. It's a gorgeous creature, but it's also a piss creature.
Right.
Zadrin.
Seeing that it's attacking my friends, I will release another arrow.
Okay.
And 9 miss with a 9.
That does
Bonus
miss.
action, Hunter's Mark.
Okay. It
Yeah.
is hunter's marked. What color would you like your hunter's mark to glow?
Let's make it black.
Oh,
And just
the
feathers with black.
That's the closest I have to black. Well, we'll do
Yeah.
this. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
And just for, because I'm trying to be better about setting future precedents, hence the question about do you sleep in your armor? If you are the same size creature as another creature in your path, like another medium humanoid, cover would apply, but you obviously can just step up a couple feet to get around.
oh,
Wilhelm.
yeah.
Again, just trying to set these precedents before they become game changing, you know?
Yeah. I did that last time. Moving
right.
around.
Anything else?
Seeing them, I'll move there. Yeah, no, that's action, bonus action. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Vulcan.
All right, I am going to take a step forward and release my own arrow. And by arrow, I mean acid splash.
Okay.
As a dex save on the bear.
All righty. That's an 18.
And it goes way over.
Gotcha. I will say it doesn't look like he was particularly dexy. You just happened to aim right as he crouched for another attack.
Hate to see it.
In other words, I just rolled really well. That brings us back to the top with you, Gran.
All right. I'm going to give out, I'm going to look over at Wilhelm and I'm going to bare my teeth and give a nice growl. And then I'm going to run towards the owl bear and do my attack.
You do get
Yeah.
advantage from pack tactics.
Okay, that was my question. Thank you. All right. Oh, well, I got a natural 20 anyway, so 24 to hit.
That doesn't hit. Just give it to me.
It's just 2d4 plus 2. 7, 8, 9. So 9, and then
Strength saving throw.
yes. My gosh, it's like you've read the wolf stat blockers.
Big, huge, burly creature but as you sink your teeth into its leg, right as it shifts its balance, you pull its leg out from under it and it goes prone.
Ooh.
I rolled a 2.
Wow.
Nicely done. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, Wilhelm.
So now I'm attacking it while prone. What does this do?
You would get advantage on your melee attack.
I am melee attacking him with my sword.
Any ranged attacks will have disadvantage
Understood.
against a prone creature.
I will say, he will once again call out to Tempest. All right, the highest one is a 22.
Oh, yeah.
And here it comes. Boop. Oh, nice. He does 10 damage.
Okay. With this onslaught of attacks carving into it, this beautiful white feathered coat is beginning to become smattered with steaming deep violet red.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Ooh.
Because if we could like really be good and like only get it through the eyes, we could sell the pelt. But you know, we're gonna ruin
Yeah.
it. But it's survival. Look.
Anything else, Wilhelm?
Nope, that is my turn.
All right, Osborne, you watch your party just shooting, cleaving, biting. This owlbear seems pissed.
Osborne's gonna try minor illusion.
Okay.
I'm not sure how effective this is gonna be. You create a sound or an image of an object within range that lasts for the duration. You can create a sound, your voice, someone else's voice, a lion's roar, beating of drums. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create the sound of another polar owlbear somewhere over meow.
Okay. How does this creature sound? Does it sound hurt, angry, frightened?
Yes. In distress.
Okay. Sure. All right. Anything else?
No. That's my action.
All right. Rayston.
All right. I step forward and stab at it with my cool sword
All right. It is still prone, so you have advantage.
in a musketeerian fashion.
Yes. With a flourish, if you will.
Yeah! I shout. That is a 19 to hit,
That hits.
and sneak attack applies, I think.
Yes, it does.
Fantastic. Nice, solid 11 damage on that.
11. It's looking pretty rough as it's scrambling to get back on its feet. It is heavily bloodied. And this vicious snarling growl that had started echoing from its chest at the beginning of this fight is rapidly disintegrating into just a whimpered yelp.
Oh.
All right, that brings it to its turn as it sort of rolls back and struggles to get its feet under it. It is wide-eyed, even on all fours. It is still eye level with you, Wilhelm, but as it is bleeding profusely, steam rising from these wounds that have cut into it, wide-eyed in terror, and then hearing this sound of distress from behind it, it begins to back off. Is going to disengage.
At you!
Disengaged.
40 feet. And begin hauling ass, leaving a trail of scarlet in its wake. That brings us to Zadrin.
I will knock an arrow, but just let it leave. If something else is attracted to this fight, just get prepared.
Okay.
Or something's been coming up behind us, kind of thing. But let it
Vulcan.
run.
I'll move up here and yell and stay out. And that's it.
All right, that
Yeah,
brings us
I'll
back
move.
to the top. Is anyone planning to pursue or continue attacking? All right. The creature disappears over the next snow dune, heavily bloodied, no longer perfectly camouflaging into this pristine white environment. But it seemed to learn its lesson pretty quickly. The hunter's mark is still there unless you choose to release it.
I'll let it stay there in case it, tries to get revenge on us within the next hour.
Okay. All right. Well, that ends that encounter. It is very close to 9:30 here. So to avoid getting up into anything that will take us too long past our targeted start or stop time, I say we will wrap it up here on the cusp of your greatest adventure yet.
Oh, good.
Wow.
How many
It's
greatest
impatient.
adventures are we gonna have?
Well, it's
No,
always
yeah.
going to get
It's
great.
getting
Like
better.
it's like a
It's
it's a
always gonna
logarithmic
escalate,
scale,
yeah.
really. Yeah.
Tension is
All right,
unbearable.
hmm
Is
The
anyone
next one
hurt?
is gonna be. I thought we would get to it tonight, but the next one is gonna be deliciously juicy.
I don't
We
like
just,
it. I don't
if
like
you
it.
give us an
So good.
NPC, we can't resist rambling at it for.
I'm
Up to an
starting to
hour.
pick up on that, so I might have to tune down general NPC charisma. But it's fun.
I
It's
can't
fun,
no,
right?
it's
Fun.
all you. So
it's a
we
game.
love
Grant,
No,
it.
you
no,
got a
they have-
voice
Hey,
for
Hey,
fun,
if the NPCs get a little more surly, a little bit less communicative, that's
Yeah,
that's
they
their
have
prerogative.
They have your general charisma. I mean, what can we
Yeah.
do?
So
I'm
they
just gonna make
Mhm.
them all like scram sacks. How about that?
At the end of the
Mhm.
day,
It's fun.
if the players want to interact with your characters as a DM, then what more do you want?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Fill
don't
out your
know.
world.
I couldn't even say.
Stop it. Well done, guys and viewers. Thank you so much for joining us. I promise you will want to tune in next week for the fun shenaniganery that I have planned for these unwitting adventurers. But we appreciate you as always. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, you can get free shipping from Wormwood using code Neon Goblin. And if you haven't seen, they announced their Halloween Kickstarter today, and there is some phenomenally spooky merchandise coming out with this line. Please head over to their page, Wormwood Gaming. That's Worm with a Y. Definitely check out our friends over there, and we'll see you next week for the frigid punishment that is coming for you all.
Oh God.
No, I wasn't ready.
Have a good night, y'all.
I won't be ready tonight. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.